Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another How About Them Celtics video seminary recording on September 13th, Friday, September 13th. I said
Friday
the date
13th.
first. That was weird. It is Friday the 13th. We're talking about Big Perk, who has he rescinded his Celtics badge at this point? I feel like
he hasn't rescinded it. He's had it taken away from him.
Stripped.
If you remember, like around the parade, I think Scal went on national radio and was like, yeah, they don't mess with Perk. Like, they're not going to invite him. And deservedly so. Like, you've clicked the video. You know why we're here. This is a common occurrence. This dude loves to say bad things about Celtics players, to troll, to farm engagement, to just absolutely talk out of his ass when it comes to the Celtics. It's brutal.
He's a clip farmer at the end of the day, which is, it's fine. That's the job. But then you can't backtrack and say, oh, why don't they love me here? Blah, blah, blah. Like, whatever, man. So Jayson Tatum recently
trying to find the guy who did
this. Yeah. Tatum recently did an interview with Bobby Kowitsky, friend of the pod, shout out of SI Media Group, and said that basically, effectively said, yeah, I'd like to win MVP. That'd be cool. Obviously, I'm not going to put it above winning a championship. Obviously, I'm not going to put it above winning as a team, but I do want to win MVP. And Perk went on NBA Today and said, that's selfish. And then he quickly backtracked. So I'm going to read the full quote just for the context. He said, let's see. I got to find it because I wrote it today. Yeah, he said, it's simple. Selfish. Bobby, selfish. He's selfish. Shout out to Bobby. I'm not being negative right now, but seeking or concentrating on one's own advantage, pleasure, well-being without regard for others. I have no problem with the player being somewhat selfish. So basically, like, he said what he said for the clip. And then he was like, yo, but it's okay sometimes. It's like, dude, like, you know what you're doing. Let's not act like you didn't call him selfish on purpose for the sake of calling him selfish for the Twitter clip, right?
How did he start that? Can you reread the quote?
It's simple. Selfish. He's selfish. So let's watch it because I pulled that quote from somewhere else. So hopefully it's not incorrect because then it's bad.
Didn't he say I'm not being mean or anything, or what? Or not trying to be critical?
He said, I'm not trying to be negative here, but
oh, there you go.
Let's take a look.
It's been a while since we had a word of the day from you.
Did they put Bobby's name on? I want to see if they put Bobby's name up.
It's been a while since we had a word of the day from you. So what's your word for Tatum wanting to win MVP?
Oh, it's simple. Selfish. He's selfish. Oh. It's a great way of saying it. I'm not being negative right now, but look, seeking.
What is this, Sesame Street?
Dude,
word of the day?
Calling him selfish for the clip, then immediately backtracking and saying, I'm not being negative, is the lamest thing I've ever heard. At least back it. At least back the fact that you're trying to clip farm. Don't try to play both sides. It's so lame. And like, listen, I wrote this. I like wrote about it, like said it's bogus, whatever. Every player wants to win MVP. Peyton Pritchard wants to win MVP. You want to win MVP, right? Like everybody, like it's a dream. Like winning a championship, winning MVP, all player on the planet would love to win an MVP award. Tatum's not going to say no. Nah, I don't care about that. Like, because he does, right? It's the honest truth. Like, he'd like to win MVP. But he said in the same quote, but winning a championship is more important. I'm not going to put that in front of, like, it's just lame. That's all it is. It's lame.
Yeah, I mean, Perk's been lame for years. I feel like I did a whole Celtics villains article like 3 months ago when the finals were happening, and I put Perk on there. Perk has completely turned his back on like being a Celtic. Like, he doesn't care about that clearly. I mean, not to say he should or shouldn't, like, it's his decision, but you can't play both sides of the fence. You have to pick a side. And if you want to just be, talking head on television, that's fine. But don't act shocked or anything when they don't invite you to the parade or don't have you included in ceremonies or invite you to games. Or, I mean, if they put him up on the big screen, I'm sure he wouldn't get a nice round of applause at the Garden. People are over him. Like, I'm over Perk. I'm sick and tired of Perk. He used to be funny. Like, when they made the finals a couple years ago, like, I think he was like dressing up and like doing costumes and stuff on the panel. Like, he was being creative on the panel. Now he's just up there trying to be like Skip Bayless or Nick Wright. Like, I don't know. There's less value.
It's working
to me.
It's like he's making a name for himself that way, which is like, listen.
Does anybody like intelligent actually put stock into what he says, though?
It's the lane you want to choose, and that's the lane he chose, and it's clearly working. Like, he's gonna get a bag because he makes ESPN money, objectively so, because these things go viral. People want to tune in, whether it's to take him seriously or not. People tune in to listen to Perk ramble and say whatever. And obviously Celtics fans aren't too pleased about it. And the Celtics fan to this probably saying like, no one cares about what Perk says. Dude, he's got a national TV gig because he says hot takes and he says wild stuff. Like, that's going to keep you on TV. And that's fine if that's the lane you want to choose. But then don't expect to be like, welcome. Like Perk was the king of split up Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. The king. They can't play together, get them apart. And then they go to the finals. He's like, it's always been these two. They've always been that good. Like, dude, it's for me, it's just pick a lane. Like, pick one, stick with it. Don't double back.
Yeah, I mean, he loves a flip flop. This is what I wrote about Perk. Like, I wrote about him as just being the absolute worst. So it kind of started for me when he was traded away, and then he ends up joining the LeBron Cavs teams, which he's like the only guy on that 2018. Well, I guess Rondo played with LeBron too, but like those guys fucking hated LeBron. Like even Rondo did for some time, went and played with the Lakers, went with the Lakers. But that was like kind of the beginning of the Avalanche. Now he's taken a job in front of the cameras. He's fully embraced the role in the world of hot takes as one of ESPN's talking heads. One take he has consistently harped on for years was disbelief in Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown's ability to lead Boston to banner 18, as you just said. And it got so ridiculous that Tatum actually responded to him, which Tatum, if you don't know, hardly tweets anything that's not like ads or just like positive. He literally just had to quote tweet Perk and ratio him and be like, normalizing uplifting one man without bringing another one down. JB played great and it's all right to leave it at that. And Perk's tweet had read, Jaylen Brown completely took over this game with his first triple-double of his career. What a perfect game he played while Tatum went 6 of 14. Like, I don't know, man. It's just so lame.
Yeah.
Even in the playoffs this year, they were doing first take, and Perk goes, not one single series did the Celtics sweep any team. And Shannon Sharp said Indiana, like right away. This was like right after they had won the Eastern Conference Finals.
Say that again. What did he say exactly? He said
Celtics didn't sweep anybody in the playoffs. Literally right after they made the finals. After
what's his
sweeping
point?
The Pacers.
But what's
just
his
saying,
point?
Like, it's not that impressive or whatever. He's looking. Dude, he's just looking for angles to go and poke holes at the Celtics.
Even if they went 5 game series, 5 game series, 5 game series, that's still ridiculously impressive road to the. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like
2018 went 7 games twice.
He's talking out his ass. And like, listen, I have no like get your bag, bro. Like, I don't have any fucking problem with what Perk does, but the problem is when you double back. Like, if this is your lane, hell yeah, do it, run it. Like make it your lane. If that's what you're sticking to, if that's what's going to get you paid, if that's what's going to keep you on TV, if that's what's going to get you your job, et cetera, hell yeah, good for you, man. But like, don't double back. Don't back down. If you're going to be negative, if your niche is going to be, I'm going to be negative all the time, even when it doesn't make sense, lean into the bit at least. Don't try to say like, don't try to be super intelligent. I was a former basketball player analyst while also just spewing out takes like this because you know it's going to create a clip, because that's exactly what it is. And that, again, fine. Don't play both sides of the fence. Pick one. And so whatever, man. Call Tatum selfish if you like, but then when Tatum has a 30-point triple-double, don't, what do they say, glaze him? Is that the new term nowadays? It's lame. It's cringe. I don't like it.
The funny thing about Tatum is, I mean, I love to criticize Tatum as much as the next person, but it's more about decision making. I don't think Tatum's a selfish player in the slightest. It's so strange. And for him to say he wants to win MVP, quite frankly, is just like, that's like the next thing. Like, that's the thing he hasn't done yet. And even in this quote that he talked to Bobby about, it's on our sheet because we were planning on having Bobby on. Spoiler alert. He literally is like, that coincides with winning a title. Like, it's hand in hand. It's the same fucking thing. He literally said it in the same breath. Winning takes precedence over everything. Winning a championship is the most important. That is the quote. Playing the right way, but it's been done. It's possible you can play that way. You can dominate the game. You can strive for a championship and be an MVP of the league. He started the answer by saying he wants to win a championship again. What are we fucking talking about?
It's just lame, man. Whatever, though. Anyways, let us know what you think of Perk in the comments. I'm sure it'll be gleeful. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll let Sam too. I hit pause. Don't ask me why. Just go.
Thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you subscribe, leave a like, comment, tell us what you thought, tell us what you think of Big Perk. I'm sure you love him. You can also hit the bell. You don't want to miss any of our daily posts, uploads, full pods coming at you Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, game recaps once the season's back, the day after each game. And then we have other videos like this one in between to, get you your fix for the day, you addicts. You can also find us on Spotify and Apple. All of our pods and recaps will be there for you. So if you just want the audio versions, follow and they'll go right to your feed. Leave a 5-star review. We'd appreciate that. You can email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com. We have some emails that we're going to go through on tomorrow's pod, but get them in. hbtcpod@gmail.com. The socials are at How About Them C's for Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Facebook's the name of the pod. All streams are there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Those will be coming back, so keep your eyes peeled. Jack's Twitter's the Jack's One NBA. Mine is at Sam LaFrance NBA. That's it for us.
Taco, come on.
Taco's having some fun here.
That is bogus.